Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as cases of COVID-19 continue to climb across the region, folks in Knox County have a new place where they can be tested for the virus. Plus, as the Kentucky River Regional Health Department deals with an uptick in cases of COVID-19, they also announced the first deaths in their coverage area. And we learn more about how some businesses impacted by COVID-19 in southern Kentucky could be seeing some financial relief.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Man, let me tell you, right before we get into this 6 o'clock hour on this Friday, June the 19th, I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. I can't wait to be back in studio. Having to deal with all this, making sure I'm on the right show. I'm over it. I'm also over the rain and the ugly sky we've seen the past couple of days. But Brandon said, I'd better buckle up and stay in at least for one more day. So let's bring him in this morning to get a better breakdown of just what to expect. And Brandon, I'm pretty sure you're almost, as far as work goes, ready to be back in studio too, right?
Nah, I'm ready to stay at home for a little while longer. Because listen, you can't see it. I've got my pajama pants on, so I'm okay here at home. No, I am ready to be back in studio because, as you saw at the beginning of the newscast, if you were watching, had a technical issue. So there you go. But probably going to be a little bit while longer with all these new cases that are popping up across our region. But something else is popping up across our region this morning is rain. Let's take a look at Live Pinpoint Doppler radar as we head out the door this morning. We're seeing some of those scattered showers and maybe some rumbles of thunder down near I-75 into parts of Lake Cumberland and down into parts of southeastern Kentucky. So again, nothing substantial, but something to watch out for this morning. Something else to watch out for as we take a little closer look there. You see some heavier pockets of rain down basically right there in northern Whitley County, over into Bell County near Middlesboro, and over into parts of southern Laurel County coming out of Pulaski County. We're also watching fog. It is thick and dense this morning. Be careful out there. Zero visibility up to the north at Moorhead, Logan, close to it in Pikeville this morning. Just take care as you travel. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s, area wide from 59 to 65. That's the range. So a few degrees warmer this morning in most spots. A couple of degrees colder there in Hazard, but everybody else a little bit warmer, right exactly where they were this time yesterday. 79 this afternoon, 40% chance of scattered showers and storms. Scattered, the key word once again today. Some folks may not see a drop of rain. Other folks may see quite a bit of rain. So we'll have the rest of the forecast coming up here in just a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, Kentucky has surpassed 13,000 cases of COVID-19. That's up 234 new cases since Wednesday. The state's death toll is now at least 520. The governor also announced 3 new deaths last night, but at least 3,500 people have recovered from the virus. Meanwhile, yesterday, the Knox County Health Department hosted COVID-19 testing as case numbers in the region continue to climb. Knox County Public Health Director Rebecca Rains says testing has declined in the last few weeks throughout the county, which concerns her as the number of cases goes up. She is urging people to not be complacent and continue to be tested since the virus spreads easily.
There were a lot of providers in Knox County who were providing testing, but you had to have an appointment and those types of things. So we just felt like for ease of access, having the drive-through model was something that was important to us to be able to offer to our community.
The Knox County Health Department has partnered with West Knox Pharmacy and Access Family Health. They offer testing every weekday from 10 until 3. Meanwhile, the Kentucky River District Health Department announced its first COVID-related death last night. The Perry County man died in late May and had actually recovered from the coronavirus. WYMT's Connor James talked with the district's public health director about how that works and focuses in on a new spike of COVID cases in the district and the highest recorded in a single week.
We're still in the first wave, and we actually have had the most cases this week that we are reporting out in any week since we have started the pandemic here in our district.
The Kentucky River District has gone relatively unscathed when it comes to COVID-19 cases. In the last week alone, though, the cases have about doubled.
We expected this when we started to see the reopening that this would occur.
On June 10th, the district announced that all 40 of the COVID cases have recovered, And while that's true, Perry County's first case, a 79-year-old man, died after testing negative.
This individual had been in the hospital and then went to another facility. Unfortunately, from the time they went into the hospital in March, they were never able to return home again.
Lockard says they did not report this initially when it happened on May 30th because of the negative test. While the man had recovered from COVID, the complications it brought on and the other health factors the man had were amplified by COVID. In Perry County, there has been an uptick in new cases, some surrounding a church. Lockard says he doesn't mean to single churches out, though.
But churches, especially if they're doing congregational singing, they really have a condition there. They're setting up an environment that is just prone to the exposure of COVID-19.
In the 7-county region that is under the Kentucky River District's coverage, Letcher County has also seen a spike. They have had new tests this week, including at a local Walmart. A part-time worker at the Letcher County Jail also got the virus. Since then, they have sent home additional staff and isolated inmates.
Letcher County Jail's doing an awesome job with their sanitization up there.
Moving forward, Lockard says the pandemic's impact on our region comes down to one thing: how we handle it.
If we take the precautions that we need to take, we continue to try to stay healthy at home as much as we can, and we're out in public, we wear masks, we take all available precautions, we can slow the virus's spread in our community.
And if we don't, Lockard says their workload may unfortunately only grow. Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the State Department of Public Health made the call to report the Perry County death as a COVID-related death. Well, Harlan County also reported their first COVID-19 related death yesterday. Judge Executive Dan Mosley said an unidentified man Wednesday night died after he was hospitalized. Last night, we also learned that another Harlan County woman was put in the hospital after contracting the virus. 8 out of the 9 active cases in Harlan County are all in the Tri-Cities area. Well, the Johnson County Health Department announced a new case of the virus Wednesday, saying the woman who tested positive is a resident at the Venture home in Paintsville. The 47-year-old woman is asymptomatic and officials say she is doing well. Public Health Director Julie Bush says the care facility has been working to disinfect the building and is taking extra precautions to keep the incident isolated.
They are delivering meals to their rooms, to the residents' rooms. The workers are. And there is a police presence over there at this time. The city of Paintsville police are over there just making sure that people, they are allowed to go outside. They just can't leave the property.
Now, Bush says the residents and staff have all been tested and they are still waiting for those results. Well, health officials say an employee at the Clay County Detention Center has tested positive for the virus. We are told the employee who tested positive worked in the front office and away from the inmates. 6 other employees are now self-isolating. The front office is closed to the public and the jail has been too. Jail officials say they are thankful that no inmates have tested positive for the virus. Well, COVID-19 is impacting businesses large and small across the country. Big box stores like JCPenney, Pier 1 Imports, and others have already announced that they're closing some of their locations. In southern Kentucky, one national business is looking to pay it forward and help out local businesses with forgivable loans. I talked with those involved to learn more about how it'll all work. The impact of the coronavirus shutdown can be felt right in southern Kentucky's own backyard.
Any little amount like this is going to make a difference. Is it the end all? No, I don't know. But if it helps them to move until the next clearance that they get to open up more or bring in more customers, then hopefully this will help them survive and move forward.
Bruce Carpenter is the executive director of the Corbin Industrial Development Commission and the Southern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce. He was presented with a unique opportunity for local small businesses just a few weeks ago.
While we do have the small business that do help us a lot, it's always your corporate businesses, your larger corporations that are able to step up to the plate and really help fund those programs.
Northern Conters is the corporation stepping up to the plate this time. They are fronting $15,000 to help small businesses like Joe Houses in Corbin.
It's all about cash flow in my business, day to day, and hopefully that will get us a little more breathing room, just a little added, security.
House is the owner of Corbin 1 Hour Cleaners. He had to reduce his hours and working days when the pandemic hit just to stay afloat.
It has really shut us down about to 40 or 50% of what we used to do on a monthly basis.
For House and his 2 other employees, the $2,500 they could receive from this will help cushion their losses due to COVID-19.
It means a lot for mom and pop businesses like us, without the corporate, brand and things like that. It means everything to us.
And support the mission of all small businesses, from Corbin down to Williamsburg and everywhere in between. In Whitley County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News. The Pay It Forward loans are available to businesses in Southern Kentucky, not just Corbin and Williamsburg. The application link is on our website. Those looking for help have until Monday, June 22nd to apply.
The forecast this morning featuring a few scattered showers across parts of southeastern and southern Kentucky this morning down along the I-75, Lake Cumberland, and even Cumberland Valley corridors there. Just north of Williamsburg, south of London there. In Whitley County, seeing a pretty decent little shower over just south of Somerset in Pulaski County, and near Middlesboro and Pineville over in Bell County, seeing some decent rain as well. Let's take a look at our visibility numbers, and they are still rough this morning. So just kind of keep that in mind as you head out the door. We're going to continue to see those, again, pretty thick and dense out there. Not too bad at Jenkins, though. US 119, US 23. We'll see temperatures running in the 50s and low to mid 60s this morning, so not a bad morning out there, not too muggy just yet. That trend will continue to increase, though, for the next couple of days. More rain chances today in scattered form. We'll get a brief break this weekend, at least from the consistent rain, and a cold front will bring us more chances for rain early next week. Will?
All righty, Brandon. Thank you. Well, your time is now 6:13. Thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more news on the backside.